I'm Nikita Morell, a copywriter and marketing strategist for architects, and welcome to day 11 of 30 architecture website fixes in 30 days. Today we'll be looking at project images, more specifically, how high-quality professional photographs of your projects can turn prospects into clients. Okay, let's jump right in. So I want to show you S&P Architecture. As you can see, the project images on their website, well, they're not the best and they're definitely, I guess, not the worst, but I really do believe they could be better. And their copy is actually quite strong. It says in their tagline, "From drawings to buildings that house people and communities, every project tells a story." But then you click into one of their projects, and really, I don't think the images tell the story. And they don't really complement the copy either. So as you can see, I mean, there's nothing that wrong with the lighting. You can just tell they're not that professional. Then now I want to show you a good example. So this is Kennedy Nolan. As you can see straight off the bat, it's beautiful, professional images, clean. You've got a mixture of people, details. This is all their projects. And let's click into one. So you've got Westgarth House. So as you scroll down, the images reveal a story. It's as if you're walking through the space, a mix of details and wide frame shots. I just think it captures the essence of the project so beautifully. We've got floor plans as well. And I just love how they've included people in the photos. And by including people in your project image shots, you can bring your projects and architecture to scale. And it also injects a sense of life into your space. And remember, you need to keep your ideal clients in mind. Whether it's homeowners or property developers, you have to see the project from their perspective. For example, if I was a homeowner with a growing family and saw these images, I would start to picture my own family in this space. And therefore, it would just create an emotional connection. And you need to remember also that your audience is not intimately connected to your project like you are. So they're not going to see the defects, and even elevational shots may not be necessary to communicate the space and bring the space to life. So that's definitely something you should keep in mind. But here's a question I get asked a lot. A lot of architects say, "Nikita, we're just starting out. We don't have many completed projects. What should we put on our website?" So here's my advice. Share what you have. Share your sketches, your floor plans. And if you really have to, share your renders. But a word of warning, sometimes renders can look a little cheap. So only share them on your website if you have very high quality renders available. And also don't be afraid to be honest. Include a sentence or two communicating why you haven't been able to photograph the project. Give your clients a reason. Just remember they're human too, so honesty does go a long way. And also remember, prospective clients are not just after a finished building, but they also want to know what it's like to work with the process, the experience, and add value and build their trust by giving them insight into how you work. It might be an idea to include a few in situ shots of you brainstorming that specific project. And here's another question I get asked a lot is, what if you only have one or two projects worthy of putting up on your website? Well, I want to show you a brilliant example. This is John Elway. Now, he literally has one project. So they've got this one project, Terrarium House. But what he has done is tell the full story of this project. As you can see, you start with the exterior, and he interweaves short little paragraphs of copy with these beautiful images. It's just so beautifully done. And he starts the exterior and he starts to take you inside. So you go down the steps and into the living area. You almost feel like you're being given a personal tour, and I actually, when I look at these images, I feel like I'm intruding a little. You just get these interior shots, and then you get beautiful dappled light, and then details, and it takes you all the way through the outside garden, then details of the kitchen, and then the bathroom, and it goes on and on. Then at the end, you're met with beautiful neat drawings and floor plans and elevations. And then the best part is black and white images of the site before work started. So I need to emphasize that do not include projects on your website that will compromise your brand or practice credibility. It's really better off to have one project and tell the full story with beautiful images than to just slap up average images or renders. You're more likely to lose clients that way. And before I wrap up, here's one last question that often gets thrown at me is, Nikita, my client won't let me put up any images of the completed project. This is frustrating. You've done the work, but now you can't use it. I completely get it. But here's my advice. Have these conversations early on in the project. If you want to access to the images for your portfolio, make sure it's in the contract and negotiate before the project commences. If you discuss this all up front, then at least you know where you stand. And if your clients still won't budge or they're worried about their privacy, then perhaps talk with them openly and suggest maybe can we just use 5 images which are a mix of exterior and detailed shots so your privacy won't be compromised at all. And if they still won't budge, then fair enough. I know it's hard, but you're just going to have to move on and wait for the next project. So I'll leave you with this. Hire a professional architecture photographer. There really is no other way around this. Don't try and take pics on your iPhone, and definitely don't get your mate who dabbles in photography to take a few pics on his SLR. An architecture photographer knows the light, shadows, and how to best showcase your project. And so if you have any questions or just want to knock on my inbox and say, hey Nikita, please do. I love hearing from architects. My email is hello@nikitamorel.com, and be sure to tune in tomorrow for day 12.